let's join our commentator, Sam Menacker.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to All-Star Championship Wrestling. We have a tremendous card today. One of the bouts you'll see is a six-man tag team match featuring Mulligan, Ray Stevens, Baron von Raschke, and their opponents, Sailor Rod Thomas, the Crusher, and Dick the Bruiser. We'll get underway with our first event immediately following these messages. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our first event, one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Our timekeeper is Harry Black, the referee Paul Mishler. Introducing the contestants from the Haight-Ashbury district of San Francisco, weighing in at 214 pounds, Brilliant Mark Manson. Mark Manson is accompanied by Angelo Poffo, who will second him. In the opposite corner, from Xochimilco, Mexico, weighing in at 210 pounds, Jose Martin. The referee is checking the wrestlers. Poffo saying something. We can't quite get what he's arguing about. We haven't seen Mark Manson as a wrestler as yet, but he claims he's very good. Angelo Poffo taking care of Mark Manson. There's Manson. He seems fairly well built. The referee calls them together to clarify some of the rules. A great card today. You'll see Killer Cortez, Prince Pullins, Jim Alexi, and of course that big six-man tag team match. Okay, we're ready to get started. There's the bell.
We're going to go along with page 32,
Angelo Poffo here,
33, and page 34, and by that time we shall have victory in our pockets. Here's the book. You're worried so much about the book? Everything's down here. 32,
the action,
33, and 34.
The action has started. Angelo Poffo showing us that wrestling book with pictures of wrestling holds. Jose Martin of Mexico, very fast, very classy. He does a nice go behind on Mark Manson. Now has him at a full Nelson. Both men now with a series of go-behinds, and Martin comes up with a hammerlock on Manson, and Manson's definitely in trouble now as Martin puts the pressure on. And Manson goes for the ropes. Manson goes for the ropes and gains an automatic break.
Notice the power and size of Mark Manson's triceps and biceps. Nothing can hurt that man.
You're hearing from Angelo Poffo, ladies and gentlemen. Side headlock by Manson. There's a chokehold by Manson. He's choking him. Oh, he punched Martin, who went through the ropes and hit the floor and hit it hard. He is getting up. I didn't think he'd make it. Boy, he fell right back on it. Really hit the back of his head. He's out again. Martin following him now, and Manson running to get away. Martin.
Tenacity, what's the key? He's tough. You have to admit it. He's tough. He's clever.
Are you speaking, Angelo Poffo, are you talking about Jose Martin?
I am talking about.
A beautiful takedown with a flying toe hold by Jose Martin on Mark Manson. Mark Manson demands that he be introduced as Brilliant Mark Manson. At the moment, he's not looking too brilliant because Martin is completely out-wrestling him. We have a sensational card today. Wait a minute. Poffo's getting up on the ring. And Manson goes to the outside of the ring. And he gains an automatic break.
He knows how to get out from every predicament.
Thank you.
Predicament. That was page 33.
Thank you. Our director today is Jerry Green, and assisting us at ringside, Ray Clips. Boy, look at this. Martin, take over now. The referee stopped him from using his fists. No one can blame him, though, because Martin has been roughed up by Manson. We have a distinguished visitor at ringside. Mr. Al Farb will be talking with him in a moment. There's a drop kick by Martin, and Manson right outside. Here's Al Farb of the Indiana State Athletic Commission. How are you, Mr. Farb? A pleasure to have you at ringside.
Thank you, and it's a wonderful crowd and a good show.
I believe we have the world's greatest wrestlers here on All-Star Championship Wrestling on TV.
Right, sir.
Both men exchanging punches, but Martin certainly having the better of it. And Manson is really in trouble. Martin flips him into the ring. He has him covered. Can't hold him down. Manson is fighting hard. Martin takes over with a front headlock. Dropped by Manson, who now has a step over toe hold. Martin's away. He clubs Mark Manson to the head. Martin doesn't speak too much English.
Beautiful symphony we will win this. Like a beautiful symphony.
You just heard a prediction by Angelo Poffo. Martin sends Manson into the ropes, who hits those ropes and drops back into the ring. A 2 count. There's a 3 count. The winner of the match is Jose Martin, who is attacked by Poffo. The match is over. The match is over. The winner, Martinly, attacked by Angelo Poffo. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in a moment.
Beautiful victory, that's what it is.
We'll be back in a moment, so please stand by. I just want to tell you again, though, the winner is Jose Martin. Martin is the winner. Ladies and gentlemen, promoter Bob Luce has done it again at the air-conditioned amphitheater on Saturday, June 28th, starting at 8:30 p.m. You fans are going to see one of the best cards of the year, a World's Championship match. Bockwinkel and Stevens in there against the Crusher and Dusty Rhodes. In another top match, you'll see Les Wolf against the great Billy Robinson. And here's a special. There'll be a 10-minute handicap match. Pretty boy Bobby Heenan in there against Ivan Putski. And fans, Heenan has to post, he has already posted, a $5,000 bond to assure that he will appear for that match. It's a 10-minute handicap match. Putski must beat him within 10 minutes. In other matches, you'll see Miller versus Thomas. It'll be Eagle versus Guzman, and Reynolds against Vassery. That, of course, will all be at the amphitheater, a sensational card. And ladies and gentlemen, it's very easy to order your tickets in advance by just picking up your telephone and dialing TICKETS. Dial tickets on your telephone. That is the number for Ticketron, where you can order your tickets in advance. So make a date right now. Say, here's Bold Eagle.
Well, Sam, it's great to be back in the big city. I'm so proud to be on a great card like this here. I tell you, this Heenan here, he's had to post a big bond, but main thing he had to post a big bond for, he kept running out of the darn ring all the time. Now, this time, this is going to assure that he's going to be right there in the ring, and he's going to wrestle a man, and the man is going to just beat him down and beat him for once and for all and show him that, Heenan, you're not that great. Everybody's got your number, and I am, for one, with all the rest of all those people in Chicago, going to sit down there and watch you get beat.
It'll be a great match. There's no doubt about it. We're just about to get ready for our next event. We're waiting. One of the wrestlers in the ring, Clem Turner, is in there. The referee for this event is Ralph Hamilton. And here entering the ring, Killer Cortez. Clem Turner is a football star for the Denver Broncos. This event, ladies and gentlemen, is one fall with a 15-minute time limit from Detroit, Michigan. Weighing in at 274 pounds, Killer Cortez. He's accompanied by his training mate, Al Barr. In the opposite corner from Ohio, 234 pounds, a very popular Clem Turner. And the Barr is leaving. He's being escorted out of the arena by several minions of the law. Referee Ralph Hamilton checks the wrestlers. There's the bell, and we're on the way. Man, look at this Killer Cortez, a big powerhouse. Outweighs Turner by 40 pounds. Drops him to the mat. Clubs him hard to the side of the head. A punch, a forearm smash to the chin. Turner wants to make a comeback. The referee's trying to restore order. He doesn't want him to use fists. Every time Turner makes a comeback, Cortez tries to get away, but this time Turner caught him, has him against the ropes, a smash to the chest. There's a flying mare by Clem Turner. Cortez under the ropes. Turner clubs him with an elbow. Cortez punishing that wrist and hand of Clem Turner. Got him on the mat. He keeps stomping it. The referee warns him about holding on to the ropes. There again, he's got him down, trying to break the hand of Clem Turner. The referee is warning Cortez, makes him break it up. And Turner's left hand is very, very sore, I promise you that. There he drops him now. Again, he does the same thing. Oh, man, 274 pounds. Turner now working on Cortez in the same manner, much to the delight of the audience. He does it again. And now Cortez is greatly upset. Cortez hanging on the mat. Turner crashes Cortez into the turnbuckles. A punch to the chest. Slams him into the turnbuckles again. And Clem Turner way out in front now. Now Killer Cortez wants to be friends. He wants to shake hands. He's assuring everyone that he won't be rough again. Killer Cortez and Clem Turner. That's, Cortez drops him. There's a hard smash to the neck. Cortez is powerful. A punch by Turner. He sends Cortez into the corner. Crashes him into the turnbuckle on the opposite side of the ring. Breaks the rope. Now, Cortez dropped him back, jackknifed him up. It's all over. The winner of the match is Killer Cortez. He picks up that turnbuckle and hit Turner in the head with it. The match is over. The winner is Killer Cortez. Fans, we'll be back in a moment. Please stand by. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be talking with Bob Luce in just a moment. I quickly want to remind all of you again, it's the air-conditioned amphitheater, Saturday, June 28th, 8:30 p.m. Bockwinkel and Stevens against Crusher and Rhodes. Wolf versus Robinson. Then there's that 10-minute handicap match, Heenan versus Putski. Now, I believe I told you wrong. Bob, didn't I tell him wrong? I said it was an appearance bond. Actually, Heenan has put up the $5,000 bond to keep him in the ring.
That's correct.
He forfeits $5,000 if he leaves the ring.
That's correct.
So that really makes it a terrific...
Right. The last match they had in the amphitheater, of course, it was Putski ahead and Heenan took off. And so there's only one way to keep him in the ring, money. Money keeps Heenan in the ring. $5,000 he posts before the match, and that keeps him in the ring.
If he steps out of the ring, you lose
Forfeits
that money.
the $5,000, and Heenan isn't about to do that, so we're going to see Heenan and Putski in a 10-minute match.
Well, listen, tell us about that big match, that big main event.
Well, of course, Crush has been waiting for this one because he and Dusty Rhodes, of course, cleaned the clock of our good friends Bockwinkel and Stevens. However, because of the fact that Starr was signed in the match and could not appear because he was injured, it turned out the AWA Commissioner Blackburn, he had to reverse a decision that night. They took 2 straight falls, but now it's signed. It's a legal match. It's going to be Crusher and, of course, Rhodes against Bockwinkel and Stevens, who are still the title holders. And let me say to the fans that they know how the Crusher feels. Need I stand here and say anything more? The Crusher's already talked to the fans of Chicago, and they know that he's out to win. And listen, I don't see how that there can be any that can't help anybody now. The fact is, it's going to be 2 straight again, I'm sure. They really beat him up the last time. They'll do it again, Sam.
It'll be a sensational night of wrestling at the air-conditioned amphitheater on Saturday, June 28th, starting at 8:30 p.m. As usual, Bob Luce has come up with another spectacular card, and fans, I know you'll all be there. Well, we're ready to go in our next event, ladies and gentlemen, and the referee for this match is Paul Mishler. Paul Mishler. This event is a 1-4 match with a 10-minute time limit. From Chicago at 230 pounds, Prince Pullins. His opponent from Chicago at 229, Jim Alexi. Referee Paul Mishler checking the wrestler. Jim Alexi, of course, is of Greek descent, and he has his beautiful jacket and hat. Greek national costume, I'm sure. Very fine young man. We're ready to get started with the match, but the referee must clarify some of the rules. There's a nice handshake, and the match gets underway. Against the ropes, clean break. An arm drag by Pullins, side headlock by Alexi, both men in the ropes, and both men quickly to their feet. An arm drag by Alexi, head scissors by Pullins. Our next event will be a 6-man tag team match, and we're really looking forward to that. A hip lock crashes Alexi to the mat. Pullins trying to hold him down, but Alexi moving around. Rolls him over. A 1 count. Now both men have the ref. Well, they had him down momentarily. And they're in the ropes, and that, of course, will mean an automatic break. Nice hand by the audience. Beautiful go behind by Pullins. He has Alexi in the ropes, and he releases the hold. Step over toe hold by Jim Alexi. Once again, we must say that it's always a nice change to see a clean match. Wrestling is a rough, tough, body contact sport. There's a lot of rough matches, but every now and then we do see a clean match, and it is wonderful. Right now you're watching 2 outstanding exponents of scientific wrestling. Step over toe hold by Pullins, and Alexi reversed it. Pullins punishing the leg. Alexi trying to twist him over, does so. But Pullins hanging on, and they both almost fall out of the ring. but they're stopped by the ropes. The hip lock. Alexi hanging on to Pullins, who's squirming around. Keep from being pinned. Pullins on the way up, he's on his feet. Alexi hanging on to the headlock. The Prince picks him up, tries to throw him off, but he can't do it. Alexi holds on. The 1.5 count there. Jim Alexi hangs on with bulldog tenacity, and the Pullins fighting hard to get away. Just check with our timekeeper Harry Black. There's about 2.5 minutes remaining in this match, and it's an evenly fought match, evenly wrestled. So far, neither wrestler seems to have the advantage on the other. Into the ropes. Alexi over him. Oh, a body block by Pullins. There's a flying mare. He covers Alexi. Couldn't quite hold him down. Alexi got away. Grabs that headlock again. In the ropes. Jim Alexi has been very effective with the side headlock and has used it throughout the match. Pullins throws him off. They hits the ropes. He jumps over Pullins. Takes the side headlock again. Nice move by young Jim Alexi. Time is running out on the match, and neither wrestler has an opportunity yet for a pin on the other. They're evenly matched. It's a well-wrestled match. Alexi very effective with the side headlock during most of the bout. Into the ropes again. Oh! Beautiful arm drag. Just about 45 to 50 seconds remaining in the bout. And now it's Prince Pullins with the advantage. But they're in the ropes, and it's a clean break. Alexi having a little trouble with that shoulder. Again, the side headlock. And the head scissors now by Pullins. Both men moving around. The bell has rung. A beautiful match. And the referee calls it a draw. And the fans really like that match. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in a moment, so please stand by. Ladies and gentlemen, wrestling is a rough, tough, body contact sport. It's certainly one of the most exciting sports in the business. And something happened recently that many of you know about when two wrestlers, the Crusher and Dusty Rhodes, defeated the champions, Bockwinkel and Stevens, in a recent match. They defeated them 2 straight falls. However, they did not win the title. Now, this is a very dramatic event in wrestling, and to explain why they didn't win the title and why there's been a rematch, we have with us Bob Luce, the promoter. And Bob, that was really something, and everyone around the country is talking about that.
Well, I was at ringside that night, Sam, and Henry Van Loon was there, of course, and he represented the state of Illinois. Also, Harry Heatley was there, and what happened, they took 2 straight falls. This was May 17th. The Crusher and Rhodes took 2 straight falls from Bockwinkel and Stevens. Starr could not appear. He was injured. Crusher had been examined in the dressing room, and the commission, because we always have a standby wrestler, at the last minute, we had to call him into action. We had to call this match into play. It wasn't signed legally, and that, of course, was the problem we had at ringside. However, the belts at ringside were given to Crusher and Rhodes. I was there when it was done, and because of the fact that they had won 2 straight falls. And, of course, what happened was, on my way out, a lot of the fans came up to me and asked me, do they have the belts? And I said, definitely, absolutely. Well, since the match, it has happened that the commissioner of the AWA, Blackburn, has said that you have to have the contestants signed to a legal contract. And in this case, Bockwinkel and Stevens won their problem. They won this disputed case.
They fought it through. I mean, even though they didn't win the match, legally, they signed to meet Crusher and Superstar Graham.
That's correct, and that's why the match was, so we say, thrown out. In other words, it wasn't.
It was actually a non-title match then.
It was a non-title match. But that night, Sam, believe me, there was all kinds of chaos. Because believe me, I want to tell you, when Crusher ran down the aisle with his street clothes on, because we put him into service just that quick, and he didn't even have a chance to take off his coat because he couldn't put his wrestling togs on. It was too late. They tore his clothes off, and they tore everything but his pants off, and in the course of the match, they tore one of the pants legs off. We have film of that. But let me tell you, the Crusher was so irate that he and Rhodes went right to work, beat him 2 straight falls, and Crusher hasn't forgiven him, and especially now because the belts were taken away from him after they were given to him. So now you have a match that is going to cause all kinds of interest around Chicago, because everybody knows what happened, and now they're certain that Bockwinkel and Stevens can be beat, and that's what's important, Sam. They can be beat, they've been beaten, and it's official now. It's for the title.
Well, you know, one thing, though, you see, naturally, the sentimental favorites and my favorites and yours, I'm sure, would be Crusher and Rhodes, but maybe they're a little bit over-eager, you know, because Bockwinkel and Stevens are very smart.
Not at all, Sam. They aren't over-eager, and I'll tell you why. Because the Crusher is a professional, and Rhodes is a professional. You know, there are such things as, like, Starr is a young fellow in the business. When you're a professional wrestler, you have a job to do. A.J. Foyt, when he goes out to drive the 500, he goes out, he's a professional man. And Crusher is a professional wrestler, as his Rhodes is, and they've been through the toughest, roughest matches, and they've already beaten them. They have the psychological edge, and believe me, fans, I'm talking to you now. I definitely feel that this is just a perfect match. And I'm glad they took the belts away from the Crusher and Rhodes. I'll be frank with you, because I want to see it all over again.
Well, I certainly don't blame you, and I know the fans feel the same way I do, and many of the wrestlers. It's the most talked about match in the country, and promoters and wrestlers from all parts of the nation have made reservations to see that with you.
No question. Sam Muchnick from St. Louis is coming in, and also we have the promoter from Detroit, also Los Angeles, and Sam, you'll be there.
As the wrestlers got into the ring, an altercation started, and we almost had a match before the bell even rang. Fans, this event with a 1-hour time limit from Germany, weighing in at 295 pounds, the master of the claw hold, Baron von Raschke. From Texas, Sweetwater, Texas, weighing in at 305 pounds, Blackjack Mulligan. And from Atlanta, Georgia, 250 pounds, the rebel rouser, Ray Stevens. Their manager, pretty boy Bobby Heenan. In the opposite corner, from Madison, Wisconsin, weighing in at 275, Sailor Art Thomas. From Milwaukee, Wisconsin, at 254 pounds, the Crusher. And from Reno, at 255, the world's most dangerous wrestler, Dick the Bruiser. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 2 out of 3 fall tag team match. And we will carry as much of it as time will allow to the duration of our telecast. The referee is trying to go over some of the rules. I'm sure any rules will be broken tonight in this match. What the referee is trying to do is to get 2 men on the outside. 2 men must be on the outside, 1 man of each team in there, and we're about to get underway. There's the bell. And it's the Crusher, and he's starting the action against Blackjack Mulligan. Wait a minute, hey fans, here.
Haven't even rung yet, and they broke every rule in the book already. How can they get away with this repeatedly? Can you tell me that?
Fans, Blackjack Lanza is sitting at ringside watching the matches, and I'm sure he will be commenting from time to time. He's already found fault.
Yes, I want to tell him the exact truth for a change instead of listening to you.
It's Ray Stevens in there now, and he's going to start the action with the Crusher. And Stevens takes over on the Crusher, working on the eyes, throwing punches at him, and he shakes him up. He's choking him now. He's choking him, but the Crusher comes right back. The Crusher hanging him with that chokehold. Stevens goes back and tags Barr and Raschke. This is the first fall of a 2 out of 3 fall match. And we repeat again that we'll carry as much of it as the time of our telecast will allow. Oh, a nice comeback by the Crusher. He shakes up the Baron. Pretty boy Bobby Heenan calls a council of war on the outside. Baron von Raschke and the Crusher. The Baron forces him back against the ropes, throws a hard smash, and the Crusher spins him around and hits him back. He kicks him to the midsection. A flying mare by the Crusher. A jump to the midsection of the Baron. Here comes Dick the Bruiser. And the Baron takes off. Jack Lanza, it would certainly appear evident that your teammates are afraid of the Bruiser.
I wouldn't expect you to say anything of the like. But let me tell you something. This is pure strategy on Bobby Heenan's part.
Part of the defensive strategy.
The battle will sway in our direction immediately.
It's Blackjack Mulligan. Wait a minute. Mulligan has reached for something inside his trunks.
You know something? I've heard you mention this before about myself and Mulligan. A man can't even pull up his trunks and you start saying something like that?
Heenan is on the outside, sending signals to his wrestlers. Dick the Bruiser has Mulligan. He crashes him into the turnbuckles. And now he's got him by the head. He smashes him into the turnbuckle again. And the fans just going wild with excitement. Into the ropes. A tremendous backdrop. by Dick the Bruiser. And he's holding Mulligan. Oh, wait a minute. The Crusher was about to jump off the rope, and Ray Stevens got in there and broke that up. He worked on the eyes of the Crusher. Here's Lanza again.
Exactly how I got my leg. Did you see that move right there? That's exactly how it was. 2 against 1. You call that professional wrestling?
Here's Heenan.
There is the example, Menacker. Did he try a wrestling hold? No, he tried to break the man's leg.
Here's Dick the Bruiser twisting the hand, the fingers of Blackjack Mulligan. And, oh, wait a minute. They have him back in the corner. And all 3 of them working on him in the corner. They're choking Dick the Bruiser. They're choking him there. The referee sending the other ones back. Oh, what a beating the Bruiser's taking, but he's tough. Something's going to happen here. And now, Baron von Raschke has the tag team rope around the Bruiser's throat. He's choking him, and Ray Stevens kicks the Bruiser in the midsection repeatedly. Mulligan has that rope around the Bruiser's throat. The Baron is kicking the Bruiser. But the Crusher is in there now. He throws a punch. He slams the heads of Von Raschke and Stevens together. The Bruiser is out of it now. Mulligan grabs the Bruiser. Oh, he ducks. And Von Raschke punches Mulligan. And now the tide of the battle has turned. And the Bruiser with a big backdrop drops the Baron. Now watch this. Oh, wait a minute. He wanted to jump on his leg, but Ray Stevens got in there and broke it up. Dick the Bruiser in there against Von Raschke.
These men are animals. They're insane. They should be not in professional wrestling. And you tell me these are the people champions? These are their champions? We're the champions. They shouldn't be in professional wrestling.
You just heard again from Blackjack Lanza. Now it's Dick the Bruiser in there with Ray Stevens, and Stevens working on the Bruiser's eyes. He's gouging at his eyes. Oh, he punched the Bruiser. But that doesn't faze the Bruiser one bit. The Bruiser's getting madder and madder. Something's going to happen here. There's going to be an explosion. And the Bruiser is after Ray Stevens, and Ray Stevens is backing away. And the Bruiser kicks him in the midsection. Look at him go to town. They're all in there now. He throws Ray Stevens out over the rope. I mean, it's getting wilder and wilder. Von Raschke punched the Bruiser. It didn't faze him one bit. There's the tag. Here comes the Baron. The Baron is in there. And Mulligan holding him. Mulligan holding the Bruiser while the Baron punches him. And again he ducks. And now he takes over. He slams their heads together. Dick the Bruiser going to town. Now the Crusher has Ray Stevens. The Bruiser slams the Baron into the turnbuckles. Boy, what a wild tag team match this is. They slam them together. A punch. The Bruiser is after Von Raschke. Another big smash. He takes over. He punches Von Raschke. Now he crashes him into Mulligan's head. He slams their heads together. It's all Dick the Bruiser now as he takes over. They send him into the ropes. A big double backdrop. Dick the Bruiser climbs that rope. He jumps. And Von Raschke's got him covered. 1, 2, 3. And it's all over. The first fall of the match is over. And the winner of the first fall is Dick the Bruiser. Dick the Bruiser winning the first fall. Heenan is arguing with the referee. The first fall of this match is over. It's a 2 out of 3 fall match. And the winners of the first fall, Dick the Bruiser. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time we have. I'm glad we got you the first fall. The match will go on after the rest period, but we must sign off. We thank you for being with us. We'll be back next week with more All-Star Championship Wrestling on television.